The painting, Memories of the Well, is reminiscent of a fading memory, an old backyard, a well next to a garage, and ghostly figures, possibly a family portrait. The artist appears on the far left, partially blended into the overgrowth of time. The walls of reality seem to fold inward, wrapping the scene in an enclosed recollection. The muted palette of greens and browns adds to the nostalgic and dreamlike quality, suggesting a place that exists more in memory than in the present. The foliage appears to curve inward, almost like natural walls, while the sky forms a soft, airy ceiling overhead. In the center stands a cylindrical well, next to what appears to be a small garage or outbuilding. Faint figures, like ghostly silhouettes, occupy the mid-ground, including one on the far left that may represent the artist himself. The ephemeral quality of the figures speaks to the Zen concept of impermanence, mujo. The well, once a source of water, stands as a silent witness to the passing of time. Just as water flows and changes course, so too does our grasp on memory. Holding on to the past is like trying to capture water in one's hands. It slips away, yet leaves traces of its presence. This composition aligns with hexagram 48, the well, Jing, which symbolizes a deep, unchanging source of nourishment and wisdom. The well remains, while people come and go, much like how our past continues to shape us, even as we move forward. The blurred figures suggest the shifting nature of memory, but the well remains, firm, a constant source of inner reflection. The softest thing in the world overcomes the hardest thing in the world. Lao Tzu. The well, once a place of sustenance, remains, while the figures become indistinct. Water, though yielding, wears away, stone over time. Similarly, memory erodes, yet preserves, changing form, but never disappearing entirely. The Tao teaches us that to move with time, rather than resist it, is to embrace the natural way of things. We should remember how the past is always reinterpreted through the lens of the present. The figures in this painting are not just representations of people, but of a feeling, an emotional imprint. Memory is both reliable and unreliable. It shapes our identity, yet it is fluid and ever-changing, just like the translucent forms in the painting. A piece like this plays with perception, asking the viewer to see not just what is depicted, but what is implied. The ghostly figures invite the imagination to fill in the blanks, making this a participatory experience rather than a fixed statement. We often speak of creativity as a portal. This painting acts as a portal into personal history, universalized through its vagueness. This painting embodies the quiet tension between presence and absence, permanence and impermanence. The well serves as a metaphor for the reservoir of our past, while the fading figures remind us that memory itself is fluid. It is not about capturing every detail, but about holding on to the essence of what once was. This piece, Memories by the Well, offers a tender glimpse into the artist's personal history. The well becomes more than a literal object. It's a quiet testament to the flow of time and the rootedness of familial bonds. The faint figures suggest that the past and present to linger together in this enclosed space, where nature, architecture, and memory intertwine. In contemplating the painting, we're invited to consider our own backyard of the mind, those private corners where loved ones, stories, and familiar landmarks converge, shaping who we are across generations. What places from your past remain vivid in your mind? Are they fixed in detail, or do they shift, like the figures in this painting? If you were to paint a memory, What would be your well?